So, as you know, we left off. We had some passionate lovemaking with a businesswoman who apparently turned out to be a succubus. How much did I have to drink last night anyway? I guess my hand gets me at some point. It does little ease the throbbing pain beneath my fingertips. Here, last night what happened? I can't remember, it's all a blur. I think I went to see a famous IU concert. Didn't see IU because I wanted to. It's not really a thing. Did it because I had to. It was my job. I brought along my expensive camera equipment, hoping to take a few high-quality pics of IU's performance, but oh god. And that's about my bedroom. My clothes are strewn across the floor, my shoulder bag alongside them. I can't remember the precise details of last night, but I do remember tripping and falling on my ass. Hurt my head and my back, and my bag made an alarming crunch as it fell on the sidewalk. My camera, did it really break it? Marched across my room, dragging my futon with me, and clawed my way to my bag, opened up praying for the best, while expecting the worst. I'd very much like my recollections of last night to be nothing more than a nightmare, but damn it, the camera's scuffed and marked, and the lens is cracked all the way down the middle. It's completely inoperable. Alright, Hiroki, calm down. Maybe the lens is broken. Hey, we got some viewers. Hang on, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. Let's see here, can I pull it up? Channel. Hey there, Stephanie, how are you? Alright, Hiroki, calm down. Maybe the lens is broken. The camera itself might work. You just need to stay cool. The heavy camera from my bag, with trembling sausage-like fingers, and reach for the on-off switch. I press it, hard hammering, awaiting a miracle, but no dice, huh? The camera refuses to turn on. It's given up the ghost completely. Well, that's just peachy. Disgusted, I throw the broken camera back into the bag. It's not like I can damage it more than I already have, and fall back against the tatami floor with a thud. And to think, I wanted to be a photojournalist. Now I'm nothing more than a liability. This morning isn't the most auspicious. I wish I could turn back time, slip beneath my futon, and fall asleep once more. Then I wouldn't have to contend with the looming fear of losing my job or this awful headache. At least today's Sunday. I don't need to go into work until tomorrow. That should give me a bit of time to prepare for the inevitability of losing my job. That is strange, though. Today's Sunday. How is my alarm clock on? I usually turn my alarm clock off during the weekends when I don't have jobs to attend to. That is, I have to wake up pretty early to commute to work during the weekday, so on weekends, I just like to veg out on my futon until midday. Did I turn my alarm clock on before I went to bed? But why? Did past me want to torture present me or something? Do I have a secret sadistic streak or something? Well, given I'm the one who set the alarm clock, perhaps it'd be more correct to say masochistic. Then again, was I really the one who set that alarm? How did I even get home anyway? I don't remember. After that failed gig, I went up drinking and then I strained my brain, struggling to remember. And that's when it hits me. In a sudden burst of intense realization. That girl's name, Marina. She invited me back to her office. How could I forget that? I enjoyed myself with a famous businesswoman. That girl's name, Marina. In an attempt to forget my sorrows, then I passed out. How then did I end up back in my apartment? I don't get it. Did last night really happen, or... I look around my room searching for some kind of clue. Fortunately, it doesn't take me long to spot it. There, lying next to my alarm, is an envelope. Is that from Marina? I open the envelope and slide out a pure white sheet of paper that reads thus. Dear Hiroki, Thank you for drinking with me last night. I had a very good time. I hope our dalliances proved to be enjoyable for you too. After you passed out in my office, I asked my chauffeur to drive you back home. I found your address on your business card, which was in your wallet. I hope you can forgive me for looking through something so personal. I asked the chauffeur to set your alarm nice and early so you don't oversleep. You drank a good deal last night, and I'm afraid you'll doze the day away if given the opportunity. Remember, the early bird catches the worm. You might disagree with me, but I think it's important to wake up in a timely manner. Don't go back to bed, you hear? I've taken quite an interest in you, and I'm going to whip you into shape if it's the last thing I do. Maybe you could look at it as a pet project of mine. Yours, Marina. P.S. If you're worried about going into work tomorrow, don't be. I have connections, and I'll do all I can to smooth things over. I won't let your boss fire you. You're much too precious. Oh, well, what do you know? I guess I really did meet that girl's name Marina last night. It wasn't a weird fever dream after all. I'm not sure what Marina means by her PS though. Is she going to talk to my boss on my behalf? That'd be nice of her, but I'm not sure if even that girl Marina would be able to talk my boss over. He's a stubborn old goat. I should prepare for the worst, just to be sure. God, my head's throbbing so much it's hard to think. Me and you both, brother. Sorry, Marina, but I think I'm going to go back to bed after all. I shuffled back to my futon and dropped inelegantly against the soft covers. This is too much for me to deal with right now. I'm afraid if I don't get any rest, my brain will explode. My life's starting to feel like something from a TV drama. I just hope whoever's in charge of writing the screenplay of my life will see fit to tone things down a notch come tomorrow. The next day. Safe! I jump on the train seconds before the automatic doors close in my haste. I push a couple of businessmen wielding briefcases to the side, and they tut at me disapprovingly. Sorry, I'm sorry. I apologize to these men, head bowed, as any good youngster should. It's important to remember one's manners after all, even on a day like this. It's Monday morning, and the weather is swelteringly hot. I woke a little after 6:30, had a shower, ate a hurried breakfast, pulled on my clothes, then headed to the train station. I got on my train around 7:30 as per usual, and now I'm ready for my daily hour commute to work. If my calculations are right, I should get to work around 8:30, though my workday doesn't technically start until 9. My boss is a hard ass, and he likes everybody to be present and accounted for far earlier. It'd be nice if I got paid a little extra for coming in half an hour early and staying behind hours later, but that's not how the world works. My boss isn't just a hard ass, he is also incredibly stingy. If I could find a better job, a little closer to home, I'd accept it in a heartbeat. But it's precisely because I can't find a better job than this that I've been stuck at this place for the last 3 years. It's enough to make a man cry, really. Well, when my boss learns the full extent of my failures over last weekend, I might not have to worry about this commute much longer. Maria said she put in a good word to my boss, but I don't know how much weight her reassurances will hold. She might be famous, but my boss isn't the sort of person to be swayed by celebrities. The train sways back and forth, rattling down the track. This particular compartment is full to bursting, and I'm being jostled from all sides by grumpy men and women. The train takes a curve and I slip backwards, accidentally stand on a businesswoman, and she glowers at me. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I seem to be upsetting everybody today. Talk about losing friends and alienating people. I try to shuffle away from the woman, but there's nowhere else I can really go. There's barely an inch of free space in this miserable compartment, and my sides being poked and jostled with intrusive elbows. It's a hot summer's day, and the inside of this overcrowded train feels like a sauna. I already showered once this morning, but I'm sweating already. I hope I don't smell bad. Time ticks by far too slowly. The train pulls to a stop, and mercifully, god damn it, I cannot fucking read with this headache. A few people get off, including the woman whose foot I stepped on. Finally, I can breathe. But not for long. A new influx of people get on the train, more than making up for those who have stepped off. Now the compartment's even more crowded than ever. It has a dick. I'm hemmed in by doors, a business one behind me, and a young girl to the front. I can't see the girls, but if I had to wager a guess at her age, I'd put her in her early 20s. That don't look like 20s, my guy. She isn't wearing a school uniform, which rules out the possibility that she's a high school student, meaning she attends a local university? Her hair is dyed crazy shade of blue, and she's wearing a pink jacket coupled with a pair of very, very short shorts. She's pressed against me so intimately I can smell her. She's unlike the other grumpy commuters on the train. She smells fresh and sweet, like a little cinnamon. Wait, no, a little like cinnamon. Damn it, I cannot fucking read this headache. Her hair, in particular, is so delectable. Now I'm aware of how good this Mr. Girl smells. I'm more anxious than ever about what I might smell of it. What I might smell like. Silly though it is. I'd like to make a good impression on her. I can't see her face, but I'm sure she's cute. Only a cute girl would wear shorts as daringly tiny as hers. I can imagine the girl in my head, as I often do during my commutes to work. I mean, it's not like there's anything else I can do. I fashion her with a pair of large eyes, fringed with long lashes and a buttoned nose. She'll have pressed lips like a cherry blossoms and two sweetly brushed cheeks. And, a nice body. I don't even need to wonder what her body's like, because I can feel it pressed against me. It's possible that this could be an honest mistake on the girl's part, but... now she's moaning. I want to escape before things escalate any further, but that's impossible. The train's too busy. This girl is to be trapped, and she must know it. How am I gonna wiggle out of this one? Hey, I draw closer to the girl. A risky move, I know. She brings my lips to her ear. You might want to be aware of this, but, I swallow. You're kind of pressing against me. Hope that this is some sort of misunderstanding. With a bit of luck, the girl will squeak an alarm and back away, her face burning. I'd like to resolve this problem peacefully, without disturbing the people around us, but I know. The girl replies swiftly, with an airy trace of embarrassment in her tone. What do you mean, you know? I know what I'm doing. You do? Then why don't you stop? I don't want to. This is too much fun. This might be fun for you, making me squirm, but this is a real problem for me. It's a problem? You don't like it? I'm afraid I might like it a bit too much. No, that's not it. I like it more than I should. This keeps going. Well, we'll both be in trouble. Really? Yes, really. This is dangerous, so I don't get it. If you like it, we should keep going. I want to make you happy. What? I'm not getting through to her at all. In fact, I think I might have made things worse. Yep, I think I did too. Should have went with the other option. Marina wasn't joking. You smell incredibly good. I just want to be close to you. Wait, you know Marina? Hiroki. Make my way to work. The soles of my shoes slapping against the sidewalk. After a little incident on the train, I felt obliged to get off a few stops earlier than usual. I couldn't bring myself to stay on the train surrounded by all those good men and women. After everything I'd done, it would have been way too embarrassing. As for air, and I wended my way through Tokyo's busy streets. Men and women in business attire throng about me, and veritable armies of high school students in their crisp white uniforms chat and giggle excitedly. They all look so young and carefree. The girls with their plaited hair and blue plaid skirts. The boys with their sports bags slung over their shoulders and their scuffed black shoes. What I wouldn't give to be a teen again. They didn't know how easy they have it. My encounter with that mysterious girl on the train might have taken my mind off things for a few minutes. Did our liaison truly finish so fast? But now doubts are starting to catch up with me. It doesn't matter how quickly I walk, I can't outstrip my fears. What am I gonna do when I see my boss? What is he gonna say? My head might as well be on a chopping block. This is shaping up to be a crazy one. It's not even 9 a.m. yet. I've only been awake for a handful of hours. Maybe when I get Maybe when I get to work, I'll find my boss is transformed into a cute girl. That's quite a disturbing thought, actually. You know what? Let's not pursue this train of thought any longer. You want to know what, protagonist? I fully agree. Let's not. Really, though, if I get to work and find my garrulous, ill-tempered boss has transformed into a cute girl overnight, I wouldn't even be surprised. At this point, it'd just be one more drop in the ever-expanding ocean. Swear to God, if the spam number calls me again. But to my relief, though, not necessarily surprised. Okay, so alright, I can't even fucking say your name. What do you have to say for yourself? My boss has not turned into a cute girl after all, thank God. He just looks as ill-tempered as always, if not more. I've only just arrived in the office. I've yet to set down my bag and sit at my desk, but he's already giving me an earful. He careened into the office the moment he heard me open the door. He must have been waiting for me to make my grand entrance, like a fan eagerly awaiting the beginning of an IU concert. But unlike IU's loyal contingent fans, my boss isn't holding a glow sticker or wearing a shirt with my face on it. If he was, I'd be pretty freaked out, not gonna lie. Instead, he's holding a cup of coffee in one hand and a scowl on his face. Judging by his expression and the way he's shaking, he'll spill that coffee if he's not careful. He's preparing himself for the mother of all rants. I am so busted. Well, don't just stand there going, "Oh, you gormless cretin." Why did you add an L at the end of that? You know what you've done. Where's my apology? I'm sorry, boss. Sorry, I won't cut it, and you know that. And why did you ask me to apologize in the first place? That's what I'd love to say. But I know, given circumstances, we better not to infuriate him further. My boss has never hit anybody before, though secretly, I think he'd quite like to. But the steaming cup of coffee in his hand is quite concerning. It would be very, very easy for him to accidentally slip in his rage and pour it all down my throat. I asked you to get some photos of you for an upcoming news piece, and you've buggered it all up. Where are my photos, huh? Sorry, there are a few technical issues. The train was delayed, and that's no excuse. As a photographer, no, as an employee, it is your duty to see to it that you accomplish all of your jobs, regardless of the external circumstances. So the trains were delayed. So what? You should have used your head. Why didn't you hire a taxi? It was too late for that. The train broke down. I got on it in time, but nothing. The boss slams his cup of coffee down on my desk. A few brown droplets of scalding drink fly over the rim of the cup and splatter on a stack of documents. I guess I'm gonna have to clean that up after. That is, if this desk is still mine by the end of the morning. The more my boss rants and raves, the more unlikely that's beginning to look. A few of my work colleagues have been alerted by the noise because they're peeking at us curiously. One of my workmates gives me a sympathetic smile while the other looks coldly amused by my plight. I guess it's alright for them, lucky so-and-sos. I've had it up here with you. I have no need for an employee who can't do his job. You're a failure, and to cap it all up, you broke an expensive piece of company equipment. I stare at my boss. He could have deduced my failure to take my pics of IU, given my failure to upload them to the cloud over the weekend, but how does he know about the camera? I haven't told him about that yet. I was saving that bit of news till last night. I thought it'd be a nice way to cap off this awful morning. The cherry on top of the shit sundae, if you will. Somebody must have told him about the camera already. But who? Was it Marina? Did she really call my boss up and beg for a pardon? If so, I commend her efforts, but my boss doesn't look at all moved by her pleas. His face is getting redder by the second. I'm afraid he's going to explode like an overinflated weather balloon. When I heard that, I just about hit the roof. How could you be so careless? That camera is worth more than your life. Our deadlines have all been pushed back because of your carelessness. How do you feel about that, huh? I look at my feet, my voice dropping to a whisper. I am very sorry, sir. What did you say? My boss leans in, cupping his ear with his hand. Speak up, boy, I can't hear you. Even more of my colleagues are watching me now. They're not even trying to hide their amusement. I bet they're all laughing at my expense. People can be so cruel. I'm very sorry, sir. Really, I am. I know my behavior was inexcusable. Indeed it was. Not only did you make a hash of a simple job, but you also destroyed a piece of company equipment. I should have you fired for that, at the very least. But I'm a lenient man. Yes, boss, you're right. I'll have my desk cleared out right away and... Wait, what? You heard what I said. My boss folds his arms, his expression sullen. You've worked at this company for 3 years. During this time, you've been a model employee. It's rare that I've had cause to get on your case, unlike various other people in this room. My boss shrugs. What? I cannot fucking read at this point. My headache is fucking killing me. If anybody does not know, I'm fucking hungover while playing this, so... My boss shoots a pointed glance at a few of my other co-workers who are still listening to my supposed dressing down. Now that they've realized most of the drama is past, they seem to have lost interest. A couple of them blushed, suitably chastised as they returned to their work, while a few others pout and click their tongues. Did they want me to be out of a job? This office is full of vultures. In general, I have no real complaints with you. Last Saturday was an unfortunate blip, shall we say, in your otherwise spotless performance. If you were a newbie, I'd be inclined to fire you over this. But I don't want to cast one of my valued employees out into the cold over a couple of mishaps. Then does that mean, yes indeed, I'm giving you another chance. But you're on thin ice. Don't betray my trust again, or you'll be sorry. I don't like being made a fool out of. I'm going to work you to the bone. Be prepared to put in the hours to make up for this atrocious blunder, do you hear me? Oh yes sir, thank you very much. I bow deeply to my boss, cringing at my own That's a word. All the while. Only a few seconds ago, I was insulting this guy in my head, calling him an asshole. I'm so two-faced. Maybe my boss isn't as quiet as smart as I thought. But he's still a businessman. At the end of the day, and I doubt he would make this call if he didn't have ulterior motives. Now I'm curious, what's going to happen about the camera? Will the cost of replacing it be taken from my own wages? About the camera, it's a funny story that the boss massages quivering chin and thought. That would be standard company policy, yes. But you can rejoice. You must have a guardian angel. An angel, sir? Indeed, she called the office this morning when I got in for work, and she explained the whole sorry affair to me. At first, I was incredulous. I thought it was some kind of prank, but she was very persuasive. Still, my boss shakes his head, bemused. I can't believe that you know that girl's name Marina. For such a plain, unassuming man, you've got a surprising amount of connections. Ah, so Marina really did call my boss last night. That wasn't just talk. I don't know Marina all that well, but she's already done a lot for me. I have to wonder what she sees in me and how I'm going to repay her. How do you get into her good graces, the two of your childhood friends? Oh no, I've only known her a day. Really? Boss snorts. Well, it must have made quite an impression. She offered to pay for the equipment you damaged in full. She's wired the money over to the company bank account shortly after our phone call. She also told me that she's familiar with IQAU. She offered to set up a private meeting between you and her so you can take photographs of her interrupted. What do you think about that? Ah, once more, words fail me. I stare at my boss in silent, slack-jawed surprise, unable to articulate more than a handful of broken syllables. You mean, I clear my throat and I try again. Is the date of this meeting fixed? Yes, indeed. Miss What's-Her-Name put me through to Miss IQ's agency, and they were only too happy to oblige. You'll be seeing Miss IQ this weekend, alone on a private beach in Okinawa. We'll fly you out there, of course. Miss What's-Her-Face very kindly offered to foot the bill. I'll mail the full details over to you, lady. To you later. Oh my god, I cannot fucking read. I need water. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna rub my eyes real quick and my fucking temples. I have the most splitting headache right now, and it is fucking killing me. I even took some Tylenol, but I can still feel it. Oh. Well, that's about the gist of things. You've been given an amazing opportunity, so don't screw this up. You have a chance to take as many photos of Miss IQ as you want, and while you're at it, you might as well interview her. This could be your big break. Give it your all. I won't accept anything less than 110%. Yes, sir, of course, sir. I bow and script my boss anew, amazed by the wealth of possibilities that have landed on my lap. I'm going to see IU again this weekend, on a private beach in Okinawa, no less, as a mere member of the Hoi Polloi. Hoi Polloi? Wait, so Hoi Polloi, Polloi? I don't know how to fucking say that. I've never been to a private beach before. I'm starting to feel like a celeb myself. Miranda really has come through for me. Not only did she pay for the camera I smashed, but she's managed to fix a meeting between IU and I. My boss is right for once. Miranda really is like a guardian angel. She's a dark-skinned, fair-haired angel. And I owe her, if not my life, then my job. My immediate future has been secured. But I can't afford to get complacent. There's still my meeting with IU to contend with. And if I'm going to impress both Marina and my boss, I need to do my best. Now I've been saddled with all these responsibilities, I don't want to let anybody down. I feel the protagonist because I've been given a shit ton of opportunities, and sometimes I've fucked them up. The rest of the day goes by in a blur. I'm still reeling after my conversation with my boss, and nothing feels quite real. Thanks to my failure on Saturday, we have to scramble to put together a new article in lieu of the one about IU. In lieu. Oh, yeah, in lieu. Fuck, I cannot fucking... I'm trying to fucking say, like, these Japanese-ass names. Let me go ahead and tell you, they are fucking with my head. I can't even fucking read this shit. Oh. That'll be suspended until next week. I end up working overtime, and it's dark when I finally leave the office. Geez, my boss is such a slave driver. You'd think he'd be a bit more considerate given my connections with the... No... Yeah, I can say that, but I'm not. I've barely had a chance to sit down all day. Oh, wait. Yawning, I check my phone. It's a little after 2100. Or I should have been at home hours ago. Oh well. I might be tired now, but my job's secure, and I have my weekend retreat in Okinawa to look forward to. With a bit of luck, things will work out alright. I'll get a bevy of photos that'll please my boss. That should put me in his good books. Oh shit, I just dropped my phone. Oh, you poor bastard. I've kicked a field goal with you before. I've thrown you at the park. My phone. That should put me in his good books. Maybe he'll even let me go on time for. Maybe he'll let me go home on time for a change. That would be a treat. For the present, however, I'm absolutely gagging for a drink that might help soothe my nerves. With this thought in mind, I board the train for a few stops, then I head to the same bar where I first met Marina. While it's true I want something to drink, part of me is hoping I'll run into my benefactors once more, and fortunately for me, luck is on my side. Marina is sitting at the bar, one toned leg over the other, just like it was during our first encounter. Her fair hair falls over her shoulders, and she nurses a glass in one hand. When she sees me, she smiles and waves me over. Why, hello, handsome. Fancy seeing you here. It's a small world. It's just a coincidence. I felt like dropping by on the way home from work. Really? Marina inclines her head, a knowing smile playing about her lips. That's funny. I was under the impression that your workplace was a good half-hour away, on the other side of the Sumida River. Surely those are bar. Surely there are bars closer by you could frequent if alcohol is all you want. I had business to attend to on this side of the city. That's all. Don't read too much into it. If you say so, dear. Marina laughs carelessly. I can tell by her tone. She doesn't believe a word I'm saying. Not that it's very surprising. I don't believe a word I'm saying either. I'm such a terrible liar. In real life, I'm also a fucking terrible liar. Why can't I tell Marina I was looking for her? I appreciate everything she did for me, and I want to thank her. I truly do. She really did save my neck. But admitting that aloud, particularly in a crowded bar like this, would be embarrassing. God, I'm so stubborn. I went out of my way to find her, but now I'm clamming up. I'm acting just like a little kid. Maybe Marina can read my thoughts. It hasn't been the first time I pondered this, because she rests a hand against my own and says softly, "It's alright, Hiroki. You don't need to tell me why you came here. I can tell." Am I that easy to read? Yes, indeed. Most men are. Don't take it too personally. Marina titters. You don't need to thank me for helping me. Which is just as well given the words thank you haven't yet to cross my lips. Maybe I need to lube my throat up with some alcohol first. I helped you because I wanted to. You're a very interesting man, and I am awfully fond of you. Talking your boss around was easy enough. He's full of bluster, and it's an act. Is that an actual word? With a few choice words from yours truly. More than whispers springing nothings into his ear, he told me you gifted a sizable chunk of money to our company, and that you set up a private meeting between myself and IU. Well, what can I say? Marina shrugs. I have wealth and connections. It would be a shame not to use them. And rich people are something else entirely. With enough cash, you can open up almost any door. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. Let me go ahead and run this through everybody in my chat. I know somebody who is moderately wealthy in real life, and that she has shown interest in me, but the thing is, I told her I did not want to be with her because of her money, or her connections, or her business, but I actually told her that I wanted to be with her because of how she was. And then she asked if I wanted to be like a business partner or be hired on by her, and I said, well, that would be a bit weird. It wouldn't be my type of thing. So we just decided to stay friends and talk to each other every once in a while. She says that the job offer's still up and everything, and if I did want to go back to her, then I could, but I don't think that anybody else knows that I'm currently taken by a sweetheart. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you all of that because it's almost like a relationship kind of like this, but minus the drinking and the sex and all that. Ended up being a friendly, conversation more than anything. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. But more than that, I'm incredibly thankful. I can understand using your wealth and connections for your own sake, but why bother wasting them on a loser like me? I'm a nobody. Now, I'll have less of that self-defeating nonsense. Marina squeezed my hand with her own. You might consider yourself a nobody, but I find you quite intriguing. I'd like to dote upon you if I can, so don't worry your pretty little head. You say that, but I still have no idea why you want to dote on me. I've done nothing to deserve it, and we're virtual strangers. Why, you say it's simple. It's because you're cute. Huh? For a genius businesswoman, her reasoning's surprisingly simple. Well, sometimes in life you do need something that's just simple, I'm pretty sure that in her shoes it would be more of like, yeah, I run a business and I run an empire, but I need something simple to come back to, something simple to keep my mind on, so that way I can figure out why I'm doing all this business. Is she going to elaborate on my supposed cuteness? I'm very curious to see how a member of the opposite sex regards me. It might be a good learning experience. Your actions are utterly charming, and you're so sincere. I couldn't help but be enticed by you the moment our eyes met. You're like a special pastry in the window of a high-end bakery. Being with you like this is making me salivate. If I can use my influence to help you, I won't hesitate. It's a small price to pay to see you smile, dear. Now, won't you stop grousing and let me pamper you? Yes, Mommy. Oh,
I didn't even read it. I just fucking said it.
that was. I didn't even read it. I just said it. It's flatly without humor, which makes Rita laugh. I suppose I am mothering you. In a sense, though, I don't mind if you like. Though I don't know if I like being called that. If you want to show me a suitable measure of respect, you can call me Madame. Or no, that sounds different. What about Mistress? Mistress? Yes, indeed. I quite like taking charge. Joke's on you, bitch. I'm not a bottom. Oh my god. If you want to show it, I'd prefer you do it physically. I trust you have no obligations. I stare into Marina's eyes. They're green, just like the jade earrings suspended from her neatly formed earlobes, and the turquoise vest, which stretches across her chest. Marina's so attractive, I feel lightheaded. I have no idea how I got so lucky, but I'd be a fool if I refuted her advances. I'm already starting to get excited. Alright then, go back to your office, if that's what you want. I guess I wouldn't mind either, I know I can be awkward. I'm not used to people doing favors for me. My parents were pretty strict, so I got used to working things out on my own. I'm still not used to relying on others. So I find it hard to accept people's help. I'm bad at thanking people too. It's hard to find the right words. But I really do appreciate everything you've done, Marina. I think you're wonderful. Well, isn't that sweet? Marina laughs, her voice sultry, and pushes her bust against my arm. Thank you for trusting me with a bit of your backstory, Hiroki. I promise I'll take good care of you. You're special like nobody else. And I want to make you feel good. Now that was quite the workout. I feel invigorated. Don't you think my skin looks a little prettier? My cheeks are positively glowing. Love really is a miracle drug. I feel much stronger now. Lena might be in a good mood, but I feel downright exhausted. I'm slumped on the floor of her office, boneless as I was on Saturday night, or like Sunday morning, wearing nothing but my underwear. I had rest on Marina's lap, my eyes focused vaguely upon her pretty face. She's had the propriety to put her business clothes back on after our tryst. I can't see much of her. I can't see much of her skin, but that hardly matters. I've already seen almost all of her. There is no.
I'm having a stroke up here.
I've already seen almost all of her there is to see. Are you alright, dear? Marina runs her fingers through my hair, a contented smile playing about her lips. You're breathing quite heavily. I'll live at least. I should hope so. I'm rather fond of you, and I would be devastated if you died so quickly. I haven't had my fill of fun just yet. Then again, I suppose I should prepare for the worst. Humans are awfully fragile. I'm surprised. You've been able to keep pace with me for 2 whole nights. Few can say that. The fullness of Marina's thighs, coupled with her sing-song voice, is lulling me to sleep. But something about her words strikes me as rather strange. Yeah, the fact that she calls you a fucking human? I look up at her curious, my brow furrowed. What do you mean by you humans? Oh my. Innocently. Marina blinks innocently. Did I really say that? Yes, you did. Clear as day. You said you humans are awfully fragile. Now that I think about it, hasn't Marina said other things to that effect? Back when I shrugged off her words as the musings of an eccentric millionaire, but now I'm starting to get suspicious. In fact, everything that's happened these last few days has been downright fishy. Bumping into IQ and you was surprising enough. But what about Marina? What about the girl on the train? And speaking of the girl on the train, Marina wasn't joking, you do smell incredibly good. My memory's a little hazy, but I'm sure she mentioned Marina's name. Who was she, and why did she know Marina? Something's definitely going on. I've become the unassuming epicenter of a whole bunch of strange encounters, and now I want to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, you do want to be a bottom, motherfucker. If anybody knows what's up here, it'll be Marina. I just want to know. What's happening to me? Oh dear, Marina tuts. You must have had too much to drink. Nothing's happened to you, other than a healthy amount of excitement. I've been having fun, but things just aren't adding up. I'm a normal guy, but my life's been distinctly abnormal since I used concert. I maneuver myself off Marina's lap with no small amount of effort, then shoot her a quizzical look. You're not the only attractive woman who's shown an interest in me. You seemed happy enough to cling to me before she got mad and called me a pervert. And then on the train to work this morning, weird girl started flirting with me. You can call what she did flirting. Strange girl. Did she have short blue hair? Yes, that's right. Or was she wearing a very, very tight pair of shorts? Yes, they were so shamelessly short. By the sounds of it, you had the pleasure of running into Cosmos. Cosmos? Is that the name of the girl on the train? I believe so, yes. Performing indecent actions on a busy train does seem like that sort of thoughtless thing she'd do. She has no common sense. None of this makes sense. Before last Saturday, I seem to repel women. My life's been a total 180, and I have no idea what's going on. It's all too much to be a coincidence. You're working yourself up in quite a leather, dear. Don't let it get to you too much. I'm trying not to. But it's a lot to take in. You don't know what's happening, do you, Marina? I might have an idea, yes. Marina toys with a lock of her silvery hair, with a small smile playing about her lips. At first, I intended to keep quiet about all this, but I'm awfully fond of you, and I hate to see you squirm so. You've been a very, very good boy, so I can let you in on a little secret. Make sure you keep it to yourself, though. It's highly classified information that could shake the core of society as you humans know it. Marina leans in, her lips inches away from my ear as she whispers, "The truth is, I'm a succubus." What? Staring at Marina, utterly dumbstruck, all the things that she could have said. I didn't think for a second she'd say something like that. This isn't a joke, is it? You're not really a succubus, are you? Oh my, you're saying you don't believe me? That makes me sad, Hiroki. Marina sniffs, as though heartbroken, and turns her head away. I believe I've made my fond feelings for you more than apparent over the last few days. I would never, ever lie to you, particularly not over my own nature. This is a closely guarded secret, you know. I don't tell humans my true identity willy-nilly. You're the first to hear the truth. You could act a bit more grateful. Yes, mistress, I'm sorry, mistress. I bow my head abashed. I don't want to upset Marina, but I can't shake the... I can say the word. I don't want to upset Marina, but I can't shake the niggling doubt. This is a nothing more than a prank. I mean, succubus, really? I'm sorry, but when you say you're a succubus, does that mean you're a monster that takes advantage of men? I am no monster. Marina pouts cutely, her arms folded across her chest. You don't look monstrous to you. Let any wicked beast have a body as gorgeous as mine. No, I guess you don't look much like a monster, but you don't really look like a succubus either. Not that I know what a succubus is supposed to look like. They're not exactly commonplace with cats and dogs. I'm still not sure what to think about this. It's quite overwhelming, to be honest. I suppose it's fair enough. Humans aren't supposed to know about our kind, after all. This must come as quite the shock to you. I should have known you wouldn't believe me that easily. You're not an incredulous child. Humans in the 21st century live in an era of logic and reason. That being the case, it's my job to show proof of claims. Then you won't be able to deny what I really am. I would never normally show my real form to anyone, but I guess you're special. I like you a lot, Hiroki. That's why I'm going to give you a little treat. Rhea clicks her fingers, and her visage suddenly shifts.
Hold the fuck up!
Words sprout from Rita's scalp and a bat-like wings unfurl from her back. Her collarbones, too, have undergone quite the transformation. Before, Marina was clad in her business attire. Now she's wearing something even more risque. Red ropes wind about her body, and black leather is vacuum sealed around her arms and legs. She looks incredibly, unbelievably hot. And that's heightened further by the tail, which protrudes between her chest. You see, Marina shoots me a sultry look, her eyes half-liddled. I'm not a normal human. I really am a succubus. It's not just me. You and Cosmos are succubi too. And so are numerous other dragful... Okay, so there's a huge hidden society of succubi, and this motherfucker just gets caught up in the fucking middle of that. Other attractive, successful women across the world. But I try to say something semi-sensible, but words fail me. The twist has completely blindsided me, robbing me of my speech faculties. My brain's starting to overheat. Much like an overused photocopier at work. This is really incredible. You say that the world is full of succubi just like you? Yes, indeed. We are living amongst humans since the dawn of time. Many of society's many famous, revered women have been succubi, like Cleopatra, for instance. It's a wonder how few people know about it, really. Marina's fingers sink into the full mounds of her chest. She manipulates her breast with her tail, grinning all the while. I can't deny that Marina's a succubus any longer. Not now. I can see her wings, her horns, her tail. I'd be akin to burying my head in the sand. I can't argue against my own eyes, but I do have a few questions I'd like to ask. It might sound gauche, but I'm burning with curiosity here. I thought succubi were meant to be intimate with humans to stay alive. Is that true? We succubi don't need to do such things to sustain ourselves, but we do need to be revered. It's why so many of us are in positions of power, be it in business, politics, or the entertainment industry. We need to be loved and adored. If we're not, we'll lose all our magic powers. We'll lose our good looks. We'll start to age like humans do, and then we'll wither away. We succubi work long and hard to keep you humans in our thrall. That's why I've sacrificed so much for my business. It's why IU pushes herself to be Japan's #1 idol. And it's why Cosmos, well, I can't pretend I understand her particular line of work. In any event, we succubi are much more than lazy moochers. We're hard-working. We're much more than lazy moochers. We're hard-working, active members of society. We do our best to demand respect, and the more our fame grows, the stronger our powers get. That being said, we do have a lot of stamina. We're well versed in getting humans fish. And there are certain humans who attract our attention more than others. Some humans have uniquely sweet scents, like ripe and juicy fruits. These humans call to us. When we succubi find humans who resonate with us, we do all we can to make them ours. You were one such human group. You call yourself average and ordinary, but your smell is incredibly addictive. In all my years of living on Earth, I've never met a human more delicious than you. I knew that the moment I met you, I wanted to make you mine. But it wasn't the only one. After talking with IU, it seems your scent had quite the influence upon her too. Just one whiff of you made her lose her self-control. She was this close, Maria gestures her fingers, to making you her own. Oh, right. This remark might seem a little inadequate in the face of this information overload, but what else am I supposed to say? I have no idea how I'm meant to react. In less than 5 minutes, I've learned that succubi exist, and that I possess some sort of smell that marks me out of as being particularly tasty. That explains why all these attractive women are falling over themselves to be with me. But it all seems a bit too convenient. If I really am that attractive, then why didn't any succubi try to proposition me before? Maybe they did and you just didn't realize what they were. You have been in relationships before, haven't you? I guess so, yeah? I'm no alpha male. Yeah, no shit, you're no alpha male. But I've had relationships in the past. I'm not crass enough to keep count, but I've slept with at least half a dozen girls. Let me go ahead and tell you, I know how this guy feels. Not the succubi part of the story, but I know how he feels before. My longest relationship was in university. That lasted for a couple of months. My girlfriend was all over me to such an extent it was kind of scary. She used to break into my room at night, watch me sleep, and sometimes she'd try to grab me in the middle of lectures. In the end, I broke it off with her. Enthusiasm was flattering at first, but after a while it got a bit too much. Was she a succubus too? I wouldn't be surprised if you've attracted several succubi in your time. In fact, I'd be more surprised if you hadn't. You're incredibly cute, Hiroki. I've only known you a few days, but I'm incredibly fond of you. I want to make you mine. But therein lies a problem. My sisters must have heard me talking about you with IU. They're awful gossip, really. Whenever I find a handsome boy to play with, they try to steal him away from me. It's like some sort of game. It seems like Cosmos has already found you, and I doubt she'll be the last. My sisters will start coming after you, desperate to claim your heart. I hope that you have enough stamina to handle all of us. As a succubus, I don't mind sharing my conquest. But fielding off the advances of numerous succubi, might be just enough to break you. You have an unusual amount of stamina, but you're still a human at the end of the day, and you're far more fragile than you look. If my sisters get too rowdy, I'll try to discipline them. I don't want them to break you completely, but you'll need to toughen up too. Please don't let me down, dear Hiroki. I've expended a lot of time and money on you already, so it'd be a shame if you fell apart too quickly. Beep, beep, beep. What? I've woken the next day by the shrilling beeping of my alarm clock. Its tiny ring pierces my skull like a skewer, and I wince. God, would it kill you to be quiet for like 5 seconds? My alarm clock, of course, doesn't listen to me. It's an inorganic object that can't think or feel. Sometimes I wish I was an inorganic object too. Then I wouldn't have to suffer from so many debilitating headaches. I must have had too much to drink yesterday. What happened again? The events of last night return to my befuddled mind in drips and drabs, but beep, 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 beep. My alarm clock's still trilling away and insistent as ever. It's so loud it's starting to set my teeth on edge. I guess I can't ignore it any longer, not if I want to cling on to what remains of my sanity. Alright, I'm coming. Shut up already. Alright, I'm gonna end this episode here. I know it's not been a very long episode, but I mean, I'm trying to do this as much as I can, but oh wait, no, never mind, this episode's been about an hour. So hope that y'all have yourselves a good one. I'm gonna make this for lunch because I'm hungry. Talk to y'all in a bit, and we'll just resume this in a few hours.